Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
God, John, that was like industrial light and magic,
Wasn't it? Was it slick? I got
slick as.
a top London ad agency to do that for us.
Did you?
Oh.
They were amazeballs.
Cost a bloody fortune. I mean, it's all coming out of your wages.
God blimey, and I'm only on air for Crown. It's lovely to see you because I missed you last week.
Oh, I missed you too, Paul.
Very poorly.
Oh.
Very
You
poorly.
weren't you? Weren't you?
I had an abscess on me tooth, and me head was like a rugby ball, so I couldn't play.
Oh.
And also, it was the hottest 3 days in the world.
Yes.
And that really didn't help my abject pain.
Not really. No.
No.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, Paul. I'll say
Go
this
on.
now for the record. It was too hot.
Do you know what? It was lovely weather for camels.
I'll tell you. They say nice weather for ducks. I saw 3 ducks on fire.
Did you?
No,
Bombay
no.
duck. Didn't. No.
Not if you walk that way. I don't know how to say that.
What? I don't know where you were going with that.
No, I was trying to make a joke.
hang on. Show me your wine. This is perfect. Look.
Oh.
Ebony and
Ivory
together
in
perfect
perfect harmony.
5% harmony. That's the alcohol content of my wine.
Just
Side by
what
side
was
in
on
my
my
odd
piano keyboard. Why can't we?
Oh,
Oh, look, there's some comments.
thank God for the old grape.
Roy Lake says Bonjela. Bonjela to you too.
No,
Nutella.
Nutella wouldn't help. Nutella, yes, Nutella would have really soothed it.
Good vibes.
Hello, Diane.
Mark, I agree. Whiston. Whiston's not here. Fingers crossed for fucking blankety blank. Well, you never know.
You never know. There could
never know.
well be 2 Supermatch games. We just don't know.
There you
And
are,
there
a dandy and a clown.
Clown. Yeah. Okay.
You know your cheese, Mr. Bond.
When is Bond coming out? It must. We can go to the cinema now, can't we?
Yeah, well, I think so. But it's November, they say. November.
That far back?
Mm.
Wow.
Oh yes, Paul.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh. Paul's alive.
I am. Yes, thank you. I had a really dodgy 3 days, and then I got a proper course of amoxicillin, and I'm much better.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
To you.
It's lovely to have you all back.
Live from fucking hell. I've had that much wine. Live from Alec Douglas Hom.
Thank you.
Ian Huntley programmed the. Oh no, he didn't, Andy. For God's sake.
I like the enthusiasm of Andy's comments. I like the fact that there's one drum beat with Andy, and he'll bang that drum.
That's not all he bangs. Last week we told Dan Thomas that Paul watched his granddad fall down the stairs and die. Dan thought we meant his granddad and wondered how Paul knew his granddad. What a night! You had to be.
What
there.
a night!
You had to be there. You had to be there.
I didn't actually witness my granddad fall down the stairs. I just saw him at the bottom of.
So he might not have fallen down the stairs.
It's a mystery.
He might have just been about to fall up them.
If you fall up the stairs, do you get healthier?
I think you do.
I think that's if you fall up the stairs really quickly, are you a baby at the top?
It's the secret of eternal life.
That's the way to do it, isn't it? Fall up the stairs.
I have seen Benjamin Button, and that is what happens in the film.
I remember being obsessed as a kid drawing a cartoon of a small cliff jumping off a person, and I thought that was the funniest thing in the world.
Well, talking of the funniest thing in the world.
Sorry, it just looked like, John, you were going to move on really quickly.
No, you've reminded me of something. Well,
go on.
because everyone's excited about you being back, quite rightly.
Oh, bless you.
Because although Dan is brilliant, it's the JP special, isn't it? And
It's the JP special.
now, I clubbed together with some of the gremlins who work here at the JP special.
Yeah.
And we thought, sometimes when a broadcaster comes back from a show after having a baby, or after breaking a leg, or after being injured in an autoerotic asphyxiation accident, they often give them a present. And Paul, I've bought you a present.
Oh my gosh and God and fucking no and why.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
I purchased this for you, which I'm going to post to you. So after you have to give me your address.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking word. Look at it. Carson, Large. Who else we got there?
You got Little, Sam Fox,
Sam
Linda Barron.
Linda Barron. Who's next to
Wendy Richards, I think.
Is that Wendy Richards? Oh, look at the size of it.
Yeah.
Is that honestly for me?
Yeah.
That, my friend, will be framed.
Yeah, and I will post it to you. I've got it all here for you.
Oh my God.
As a welcome back present.
You are a fucking beauty.
I know.
I know. Thank you so much. That's not going in the living room. That's going in the bedroom.
Oh, that'll spice up your life a bit. Looking up at Sid Little dressed as a fucking cracker, by the looks of it.
Nothing will get my Slovak mistress more in a mood
than Sid. I can't even fucking.
Sid Little, looming
Sid
above
Little. Oh, look at that, darling!
Cracker.
It's a Christmas special. Christmas special.
Oh, that
Christmas
is
special of Blanksy Blank. Year unknown, but it's Les Dawson hosting. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Les. I mean, I love Wogan to my bones, but Les was the better blankety blank presenter, simply for the barrage of jokes.
Oh
and
yeah.
Some of the stuff was so surreal. That's
well, because Les Dawson's your actual comedian, isn't he? Whereas Wogan's a host.
Tell just existed in his own orb and just extended that orb of joy.
His own liquids.
His own liquids and doings.
Wendy Richards' autobiography is very bitter about people who call her Wendy Richards. Well, don't do it, Katie. Stop calling her Wendy Richards.
What does she rather be known as?
In Google Gaga.
Wendy EastEnders.
Is Biddy Baxter going to come on and apologise for Paul's absence last week? No, she's not. Because she has been injured in a freak cannibal accident.
Cannibal accident.
Yeah, she was
some doing the old fell on her.
Doing the old cannibal. Gordon Kay got furious when people spelled his name Gordon Kay. He went fucking mad. That is not venture down the Gordon Kay Avenue again, because at least until we get some of the stories straight from our mutual friend. I met Sid Little twice when I went to the video shop in Torquay. I can't remember what he rented, sadly. Greg, that is pathetic.
Oh my God. In Torquay?
I
grew up very close to Torquay. And that's how you pronounce it. It's Torquay. Because of the wonderful theatre. And very, very close is Paynton, which is a shithole, but it's got a big zoo.
Is it next door to Decorating?
Hey! Decorating on the sea.
Next door to Paynton and Decorating.
1 minute I'm in Paynton, 1 minute I'm in Decorating. I don't know what to do. Anyway, Paynton Zoo used to have every Sunday a special barbecue, which always used to make people go, so what at the zoo has perished? And what are you serving us?
I'll tell you what that was, Paul. That was all the cheeky monkeys.
Cheeky monkeys!
All the monkeys, they're the cheekiest. They get shot and barbecued.
Picasso is the Tate, which will be an advert.
That is still brilliant, and you should do it.
Listen, the arts are fucking falling to its knees in museums and theatres and cinemas, and everything's falling to pot. But get the PG tips chimps to Picasso I didn't think you were looking. It's the taint. And that will just get the numbers swelling.
It will. And everything else.
Swelling, I say.
My groin, for one.
Mind you, the last time I went to the Tate Modern was when they had that big fucking slide, which they said was art.
Last time I went there, and this is probably
It was a slide.
It was arse, more like. I went there, was the giant spider was there.
Oh yeah, I saw giant spider. Did you go when they had the big sun in there? Big old fucking sun.
No, I haven't been for about 10 years.
Oh good lord. Oh, you must. Well, next time you come to London, John, we'll go.
Oh, I'd love to.
Well, I'll take you.
Through the streets of London?
Yes, I'll show you something that'll help you fucking change your mind.
Is Camel Togan making an appearance this week? That
Oh.
would be a terrible idea
It
because...
still upsets me. Oh.
Yeah, there he is. Why no one have faces on John's comments?
I don't know what that means.
Tim, are you having a stroke? Would you like us to call you an ambulance? Because I happily come round and call you an ambulance. Hey, Tim, you're an ambulance.
I tell you what, it's comments like that you get on really shit poor sci-fi films when people say things like, "What is love? What is the above?"
Or why John have no faces on comment?
Exactly, yeah.
Payton's shit, but Dartmouth is near that, and Dartmouth isn't shit.
Dartmouth's beautiful. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Dartmouth has that big area of land, doesn't it? That's all green and people can walk across it. What's it called?
Moors?
I'll tell you. That doesn't work.
What was that?
That's supposed to be a joke about you asking for more.
Jesus H. Christ!
Why man kill man?
Exactly. Why computer cry oil? You don't, you prick.
You know what I was thinking?
Prick?
If you were living in a flat share and you just moved in and you wanted everyone to think you were a robot, best thing to do is fill all your cupboard spaces up with nuts and bolts and oil. And then when it's dinner time, come down and make a bowl of nuts and bolts and eat them. And everybody will think you're a robot.
You've really thought this through.
Robots eat nuts and bolts. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. And when anyone says anything to you, you just go 0111011011011 does not compute.
My sister sold Richard Whiteley a copy of The Joy of Sex and W.H. Smith's.
Cool, blimey, really?
No wonder he was twice nightly Whiteley. Dartmoor, where they filmed the Sontaran experiment.
Well, just outside.
It was outside.
Is that true? Did they really film it in Dartmoor? Would they have travelled that far?
Jeanette Kranke took over the role of TikTok and returned to Oz from that Blue People presenter who died. No, he didn't leave Anquive. No Blue People presenter died on service, have they?
No.
Apart from one of the animals.
Who was the ginger one in the 80s?
Shep,
yeah.
No, Mark Curry.
You see his knob when he goes to Russia.
What?
I've mentioned
who does he rush?
He's in a mud bath when you see the tip of his feet.
Yes, you're right. You do.
Picking out of a mud bath on Blue Peter.
Yeah, he was cursed. I believe he was cursed by a gypsy because when they had that Lego man made of Lego in the studio and he touched it and the head fell off. And then when he rode a steam train tractor thing into the back of the set, and then he'd do the making something and it'd always go wrong. I felt very sorry for him, but it was always very funny. Blue Peter, who died today.
And Blue Peter, who died today. I've still got my Blue Peter badge somewhere.
Have you? What did you get it for?
For stealing it off someone from school. That's where I got mine.
Because there was a ranking of Blue Peter badges, wasn't there? There was the blue one you got for doing something like a charity bake sale in aid of spina bifida. And then you get a gold one for killing someone who'd done a charity bake sale in the age of spina bifida. I'm having a stroke this evening.
You are? Well, luckily, all the Blue Peter viewers will be sending in their bottle tops to you, John, in a massive, huge silver middle finger.
You have to put them in the middle finger and the scale goes up to the top. And when it reaches the top, someone comes round and shoots me in the bollocks.
So, digging deep, didn't the Blue Peter viewers murder Joey Deacon?
Yes, they did. They all went round and they pressed a pillow to his face while he slept.
Didn't they all like raise money for a car that he crashed and died in?
He didn't crash and die in a car, Paul. No.
Oh, really?
They
Was
bought
it-
him a Ferrari and he
Oh,
went
it
to
was-
Hollywood and he died of a drug overdose.
Wasn't an orange in his mouth for getting his safe word? No.
Should we be saying this about Joey Deacon?
Oh, no, we shouldn't. But
No.
that's the old JP special for you.
We're going to get cancelled. It'll be your fault. We'll get cancelled, then we'll get counselled.
Yeah, and then
That's what you have to do.
there'll be two new young whippersnapper presenters.
There'll be new JPs. There'll be Joe Sugden from
Yeah, there'll be JD the Whip
JD the Whip,
and P
Diddy.
P Diddy Doodah.
P Diddy Doodah. That's exactly what my dad would say as he walked in. What's that on the telly there? Is that P Diddy Doodah?
Well, someone was saying on Twitter
No.
not so long ago about when their grandparents or uncles or aunties or whoever, someone who's just generationally not aware,
Yeah.
tries to pronounce the name of either a TV show or a band, and so there were loads of jokes on Twitter. And I so remember a friend of mine called Matt Strutt, who now works as a warden on Dartmoor. Anyway, his mum was trying desperately to recall the name of Meatloaf, and all she could come up with was pork pie, which is absolutely brilliant. You know,
No.
pork pie.
For the fourth week at number one, with I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that, ladies and gentlemen, pork pie.
Pork pie.
I mean, that sounds like the British version of Meatloaf, though, doesn't it?
If Carry On were doing, it would.
Yeah.
Be that's exactly what they would do. It is brilliant.
The British cover band of Meatloaf would be Pork Pie.
Pork pie.
And his band would be called Chips.
I was going to say, yeah, that might have happened, or if there is a sort of tribute band to him, it's either pork pie or Scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
You got a platinum badge for killing a dog. No, you didn't.
You did
Blue
not.
Peter used to sell dirty videos behind the counter in my local spa in the 80s. No, they didn't. Didn't Peter? Oh, hang on, I've lost it now. This fucking thing jumps around. Hang on.
Bette Fielding is an actual ghost.
Didn't Peter Duncan appear in a soft porn film in the 70s? Yes, he did.
Did he? What was it called?
Yeah. It was called Don't Be
called
Blue,
Blue.
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was obviously I think it was a Franco Zeffirelli film or something like that.
Really?
And it came to light later on. I don't think that's why he resigned, but it was a bit of a scandal.
Hang on, he's got really good pedigree in films. He's been in Dino De Laurentiis movie,
Flash Gordon, yeah.
and he's been in Franco Zeffirelli. So he only does the Italian directors.
Yes, exactly.
Peter Duncan, he gets scripts sent to him all
Oh, no.
the fucking time. He's at home and he just goes, "What's this? What's this rubbish?" Woody Allen not fucking doing it. What's this? Bollocks.
Peter Duncan
Italian.
Duncan did a lovely lockdown video. Did you see it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
The one where he's walking around his garden and his daughter plays That's Amore.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice. We need more of that.
I found it a bit needy.
Mm.
It's all right.
He's not coming on here now, is he?
He's got a lovely garden, isn't he?
Lovely garden. I was going to phone him on, get him on next week. He's not now, is he? Not now you've called him needy.
No, you get him on. Dare him. That's how
Oh,
you
dare
get him.
him.
He's
I'll
like
dare him.
Marty McFly. If you call him chicken, if you dare him, he'll do it.
Peter, I dare you to come on our show next week and fuck a hamster.
And in his head, bum 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 bum,
Nobody
He'll
asked
be at
me
home.
not to do that.
and he'll be at home practicing fucking guinea pigs first, just trying to get the
Yeah.
feel of it.
Well, you'd go elephant down to hamster, wouldn't you? cost of a fortune, but you have to start big and go small. Peter, why is there an elephant in the garden? I've got to practice. Got a big show coming up,
Big show.
and then a week later he's out there with a hamster. Obviously, it's just like a ball of blood in his hand. But anyway, Dan Thomas, Paul Litchfield, Jeremy Lim, Snog, marry, push into a vat of chemicals the Joker falls into. That is easy. I would push all three into the vat of chemicals the Joker fell into. Snog and marry myself.
Oh. You cold-hearted fool.
Well, I'm not admitting to marrying anybody. Simon Groom enjoyed cleaning horses. He did. He lived on a farm. There's a lovely video of Simon Groom going to see Mike Oldfield when he makes the Blue Peter theme.
What?
He goes to see Mike Oldfield because Mike Oldfield did the Blue Peter theme in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And he gets a lovely video of him going to see Oldfield in his studio and helping him make it. When I say helping him, getting in the way a bit and being quite annoying. You watch, it'll be in the comments in a minute.
Did you bring a horse into the studio?
Brought a horse into the studio, and part of there's a percussionary track in the Blue Peter theme that goes in the background. That is Oldfield wanking off a horse.
Wanking off about 9 pit ponies.
Yeah. He does them all in one go. It's like that thing where you whack pipes with a tennis racket. I was so naive. I thought Joey Deacon was just old. Why is everybody being so horrible about blessed Joey Deacon?
No, we weren't being horrible. I just seem to remember that he died in the very thing that they raised the money to provide.
I don't know about that. Can someone confirm definitely how Joey Deacon passed away?
I think he passed away in the special car that I helped provide him with.
Okay, well, someone confirm that for us.
Can that be confirmed, VT?
Can we get someone on that, please? Did Joey Deacon die in a car that we provided for him?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hang on. Brands Hatch. Wogan's Wobbly Wonder Wand.
We're not playing yet, but we will be soon.
Can someone please put me out of my misery and tell me that's not really Mark Whiston, please? I know it's someone pretending, but please don't do this to me because I keep thinking it's really him.
It looks like it could have been.
This is where I'm going with this. Someone please put me out of my misery.
Mark Whiston. So where
John
are you from?
Knox like the Pogs.
Barnstable. Great.
Yeah. Andy Peters was... Oh, God, no. Let's not do that. Joey Deacon died in a bizarre yachting accident. No, he
did not. He did not.
Joey Deacon died of the bends while filming Titanic.
No, he did not.
He didn't. Please stop being horrible. Joey Deacon, thank you, Tim. Joey Deacon died in a residential home peacefully in his sleep. He was crushed. Oh, you're all so fucking horrible about poor Joey.
Awful, but I like you.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh.
None of that happened. Please.
No. Someone come in with the definitive answer of what happened to Joey Deacon.
I think he crashed the special car that
I don't think he did. I think he had a carer, and I think he died
in his arms
while he was doing 70 and sniffing coke out of the tits of a whore. I am Mark Whiston, and so is my blankety-blank checkbook and pen.
If only, Diane.
Joey Deacon went home. Well, in a way he did, yeah. Joey Deacon cannot die. Refreshing. I like that. It's positive.
Yeah, that's an interesting slant on this dreadful conversation.
Fell off a horse and into a shark tank. Oh, God. We are so fucking
Jason,
horrible.
Just someone please give the man some peace, finally.
I was a +1 at a garden party Peter Duncan held before going on a round-the-world trip. I ended up shagging someone in his potting shed while watching him through the window as he gave his valedictory speech. Please tell me that's true. Sorry, it's the thought that Peter Duncan has a potting shed that's more interesting to me in that. Because anyone who has a potting shed, they don't use it for potting, if you know what I mean.
That is detailed enough to be true.
Oh, he says 100% true.
Good Lord. Wow.
That's good. So Peter Duncan was going on a round-the-world trip, and Terry shagged someone in his potting shed. This is like Sexy Cluedo. I was in Peter Duncan's potting shed with a lady while he was doing a valedictory speech. And I was having my dictory validated.
It was me with Mrs. White with a prophylactic in the panic room.
She was Mrs. White when I'd finished with her.
dare you?
Potting and fucking. One and the same in this context, I would suggest. Do you want to come to the potting shed? Do I ever?
Oh, come along now.
Yeah, we're better than this.
It's taken a tawdry turn.
It really has. It really has.
Can I suggest that we maybe get things back on an even keel? Little game of blankety blank.
I think that would be very welcome. And
Yeah.
also, before we start,
Yeah.
well, you know,
I'm just hanging onto the top of my computer.
well, I'm quite close with the Hazelhurst these days, and
Are you?
yeah, and usually they want me to do some sort of health and safety PSA in these jingles. But this week they said that I've done such a good job that I could promote a local up and coming band.
Right.
So I thought I would. I thought I'd take this opportunity to have, for the 50 odd people we've got watching, I'd like to promote a young up and coming band that I think are going to really hit the big time. Here we
Okay.
go. The Crumbleweeds. The Crumbleweeds. Their new album is out now. Terry, over to you.
Welcome, one and all. It's old Tell, back from the afterlife. Here to play another wonderful round of the old Supermatch game. Now, first person with their own Wogan digits to type in Wogan's a wizard is the first person to play. Old Wogan will wait.
Hi, Terry.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm very well, Terry.
I tell you what, old Tell's glad that he's dead. Doesn't have to go for all that coronavirus ballyhoo.
Matt Crow.
Matt Crow as I live and breathe. You get to play the very first edition, let's get this right, of Supermatch. Now, this one is an absolute doddle. Even Mrs. W got it right, and she's underneath the bath. Here we go. Supermatch. It's, well, hang on, I had to do two things with two hands. It's very complicated. Blank moon. Now, let's go over, first of all, to get some answers before you make your own decision. Let's go over to John. John the Baptist. Lovely to have you here, John.
Oh, Terry, it's wonderful to be here because I don't get out much.
So you've been baptizing for many years now.
My fingers are like raisins.
Like little old prunes. Now, didn't you come to an old sticky end?
I did. Some would say I lost my head.
Some would say that. Now, what do you think about people who talk about your antics in the old past? Fellas like your old David Starkey. Oh,
Well, I'd say that Starkey has gone barking. He's a racist.
he's a racist fuck. Okay, now, so the Supermatch was John the Baptist. Blank moon.
Moon. Well, Terry, as you know, when I left this world, I wasn't complete. I'd lost my head. But what I would like to be is full. So, Terry, I'm going to go with full moon.
That's a wonderful answer, that one. A wonderful answer.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure the people that we asked, that has to be the top answer. Old Tell, if he was going to go for one, he's going to say half moon. Pretty much in the same way that you're going, but our contestant can come up, if he or she wishes, with one of their own. Do they have an answer? Blank
No.
moon.
Not as yet.
Let's have some thinking music.
Matt Crow, where are you? Right, Matt Crow's answer is Gibbon.
Moon Gibbon.
Or Gibbon Moon.
Oh, sorry, Gibbon Moon.
Mm.
Thanks a lot there, John the Baptist.
You're
Well,
welcome.
let's find out what everyone said. Now, for 50 blanks, it was, of course, it's so obvious, really, when you think about it. It's Canadian Moon. When you see the moon above Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, the old. But that's 50 blanks. So that was the least most popular answer. Let's see what 100 blanks can reveal. Eugene, which in this case is me fingers. Yes, of course. It is, of course, birthday moon.
Birthday moon.
You know, when you've got a birthday and there happens to be A moon. Now, Gibbon Moon, was it? I tell you what, around old Studio 4 here at the Beeb, when that answer was proffered, there's a little bit of whispering between the old cameraman and the producer, and in the old logo, Gibbon Moon came up. So I tell you what, you could be in with a chance here. And if you get the 150 blanks, you get to win an albino Teasmade.
Wow.
But let's see what the most popular answer was. Oh no, it's so close. Gibbon Moon, so close, but of course it was Ambassador's Moon.
Ambassador's Moon, of course.
The Ambassador's Moon, possibly the most important moon that ever comes up into the sky. Well, I tell you what, you didn't win there, Mr. Matt Crow.
Crow, yeah.
A murder of Matt Crows, but please don't, because we'd rather you survived. I tell you what, old Tel will be back a little bit later for another super match, and maybe you'll get another chance. Who knows? Fare thee well.
Fare thee well, Terry. And remember, everyone, look out for this up-and-coming artist. The Grumbleweeds, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for them. They'll be in the top 40 before you can say, who are the Grumbleweeds?
I saw the Grumbleweeds live on stage.
No, you didn't.
I did. Performing not only the Grumbleweeds, but performing with Jethro.
Wow.
In his club in Truro, in Cornwall.
Wow. True or false?
Where every joke was recycled 100 times by wonderful old Jethro.
Oh, what do you say? I don't know about you, but I like going upstairs. And I like windows.
They were mainly racist jokes.
I like brown windows.
Yeah, mainly stuff about I was walking across a bridge down in Penrith or wherever he fucking said, I don't know. And there's a fellow with his cock out on the bridge. And then I went a bit further down and there's a black fellow with his cock out on the bridge, and he said he can feel the bottom of the fucking river. Because of his big cock.
Jethro's not very nice.
Is he not nice? I don't know.
I don't know. Please come into the comments, not like that. If you've met or had any dealings with Jethro. Whiston must be kept a wat.
He must be kept a wat.
Be kept a wat.
All times.
I should absolutely say at this point, as a matter of urgency, the phone lines are open. I don't know what accent I'm doing. Phone lines are open if you'd like to give us a call. 0898 50 50 50. Calls cost 87 pence per second. And yes, I'll do this every week.
Now, I'll tell you what I watched over the last 3 weeks, a show that you should never watch when you're in lockdown.
Go on.
And if, like me, over the last 3 months, you've earned 600 quid, was the Inside... what's the... Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. Anyway, it was awful. Let's now dig in deeper. It was a documentary about...
What are you talking about?
It was the documentary about the fucking tiny principality that's the richest thing in the world in Europe.
The Vatican?
No, it's the Playboy... I've forgotten the fucking name. Monaco. Did you not see this? It's on BBC Two.
No.
There's 3 episodes, and it's basically inside Monaco, and I've never felt so sickened and upset and depressed.
Yeah, I don't watch those sort of things.
I watched every one.
We don't want to know how the other half live, do we?
Fuck me, it was just awful. Because Monaco's the size of Hyde Park, or just a bit bigger than Hyde Park. Yeah, just about a little bit bigger than Hyde Park. And you don't want to get a taxi there, you want to get a helicopter. Helicopters are more prevalent than taxis in Monaco. Right. It's just utterly insane.
Jethro is now cancelled.
Oh. He used to make Des O'Connor laugh unnecessarily.
Everyone makes Des O'Connor laugh, don't they?
Yeah. I saw the Grumbleweeds on Blackpool Pier with Paul Daniels. They came into the crowd and made me cry. Why? What did they do?
He says he was 37, but I don't believe that.
What did they do to cry?
They made him cry. They probably showed him their genitalia because that was what it was like in those days, wasn't it?
They used to blow a balloon out the side of their pants.
Because most of the Grumbleweeds are dead now, of course.
Yes. Who died today?
Who died? Who cares when?
All
The
of the
AVIs are back. I don't know what that means. Avis? Is that a car rental firm? Have they come out of furlough? John Rain, better than Rain Man, better than Man Booker Prize, better than Prize Ox.
That's like a clue for the adventure game that if we need to get into the next room. I ain't got a fucking clue.
That little plant says it.
The plant was.
That's it. Yeah. See, my memory is not as good as yours.
That's because I'm a lot older than you.
I'm a lot younger than you. Not a lot though. What are you, born in 72?
3.
73, I'm born in 77. See, it's only 4 years.
It's only 4 years, isn't it, Gav?
I wrote to Jim Will Fix It to ask if I could spend the night in my local branch of John Lewis. Did you write to Jim Will Fix It?
I did.
I did as well. Never heard anything. I obviously wasn't sexy enough for him.
What did you write? What did you ask him?
I wanted...
Please leave me alone, Jim.
I said, will you stop coming out my window and looking in? No, I wanted the Liverpool football team to play my school football team. I thought that was...
Please stop wanking in my bird box.
Will you please stop wanking in my bird box?
I naturally asked, like any red-blooded Devonian male, to be the next Doctor in Doctor Who and be in the TARDIS.
See, I think both of our requests are achievable, but they just got ignored.
I think 70,000 children wrote to Jim asking that every week, though, can I be in the TARDIS, please?
I wonder how many Doctor Who episodes there were of Jim Will Fix It.
Well, he'd be the ultimate baddie, wouldn't he?
He'd be the Savile.
and the episode would just be called Yew Tree.
It would be called like the Deadly Savile.
The Deadly Savile.
The Barber of Savile.
Well, I don't really know what he does. What, he fucks your head off? That's horrible. Oh, no, it's horrible.
He'd probably he'd probably put that golden medallion on you and make you shrivel and die.
Masturbates onto your hair?
I saw Jimmy Cricket walking outside Princess Theatre. He was in civvies wearing an orange Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that's a beautiful story.
Was he saying, "Come here, there's more"? And
who's the coffee guy? Not
Gareth Hunt.
Right. Who's the other coffee guy? Who's Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Anthony Stewart Head.
I picked up his wallet in Paddington Station about 15 years ago. It fell out of his jacket, and I handed it to him, and he went, "Thanks."
We talked about this because then I talked about him being in a show called The Ripper, and you didn't believe me, and everyone said,
that's true. I didn't believe you.
Not sexy enough for John Lewis.
Aldi, I reckon, is what he was talking about.
I was a member of Rolf's Cartoon Club. You can join today.
Wow.
I always wanted to be on Rolf's Cartoon Club because I wanted to be in the little gang that at the start they'd be given an animation challenge and show it, and it was always shit. And they'd always
animation challenge.
Yeah, they'd say, "We're going to make an animation of ... Come and see us at the end of the episode, and we'll have finished it." And it'd always be stop motion,
right?
And it'd always be really terrible, and it'd always make me think, "I could do that. I could bloody do that."
But you never got round to it.
No. Oh, the Barber of Seville could put his cigar up you.
Ew.
It's a very dirty episode this evening, isn't it?
It's filth, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everyone's giddy because of tomorrow. Everyone's giddy.
Everyone's giddy. They're staying up to...
Everyone's going to go and get 9 beers and go to their barbers and...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Jimmy Savile was booked to appear as a ghost in Roundhog to see for backed out. He discovered the actor who played Hogcock wasn't actually done. Oh, for God's sake, Tim.
Timothy!
Timothy.
Language, Timothy!
Neil Buchanan, who died today of an heart attack.
He was great in Art Attack. You're absolutely right. He was great.
I'm old enough, I'm old enough to remember him in number 47.
Number 73.
With Sandy...
Sandy Tuxfield!
Sandy Badwig.
Welcome to number 73! Yeah. But they used to have that brilliant series on, which they dubbed over.
Well, they had Trapdoor. I remember that. Oh, they had the gay. Was it the Gay Blade or something? The
Flashing Blade.
Flashing Blade, and it was it was
Flashing
dubbed
Blade
over.
was absolutely brilliant, which later on became a precursor for the wonderful word of Ferdinand de Bargos. Or
God, I
Ferdinand de
love that program. It was everybody who did the voices. Yeah, it was N. Reitel, John
It was,
Glover,
Yeah, I tell you who used to do it as well.
Kate Robbins.
Famous, very famous actor now. Jim Broadbent used to do the voices as well.
Yes. It was brilliant. They just got. If anyone remembers this, it was great. I used to love it. It was only about 10 minutes long, wasn't it?
I adored it so much. It was amazing. It used to be on BBC Two at a weird time.
Yeah, it used to be like Friday nights at like 11, and it was only about 10, 15 minutes long. And it would just be old films and old footage, and they'd dub it over, and then they'd make it into a story. And it was
so
clever and creative.
Yeah, but Number 73 did The Flashing Blade, and that was also very good.
They filmed one of those Rolf Harris shows at the neighbouring primary school, but not mine. Was very jealous. Well, Diane, I'd say you had a lucky escape because he was very fond of the younger ladies.
I remember years ago, my parents and I took us to Dartmouth.
Oh, Flashing Blade was on the waterfront.
Oh, okay, on the waterfront. Okay.
With Kate Copstick, Andrew O'Connor, and Yvette Fielding, right?
Thank you, Michael. I always thought it was Number 73, but there you go. Yeah, I remember years ago, my mum and dad taking us, me and maybe it wasn't my brother. My brother was too young, but we went to Dartmouth because Keith Floyd, Russell T Davies wrote the dub of Flashing Blade. That's amazing if that's true.
Sorry, you were what?
My mum and dad took me to Dartmouth because Keith Floyd had opened up a restaurant there.
Nice.
And my dad was told on the very much on the no, you have to go to Keith Floyd's restaurant. The food's not bad, but you have to go and just witness Keith Floyd in the restaurant because that's an amazing piece of theatre. Because he will be pissed. I mean, without fucking doubt, he'll be drunk. Or he won't be there because he's either there and he's hammered, or he's just given up the ghost at 3 p.m. So he just won't be there for the evening sitting. So he turned up and he was there. And there was an amazing bit where my dad went to the loo and came back and passed the kitchens and said, "I've just seen what I think is Keith Floyd with his head in the dumb waiter being sick."
Oh my God.
Which I think happened on the hour, every hour.
God, I miss Keith.
I know, he's fucking incredible. I mean, yeah. But
Floyd was a legend.
He was indeed.
I hope Paul can do a Keith Floyd impression.
I can't remember how Keith Floyd sounded. He was a sort of, "Hello, gastronauts." He didn't have a particularly interesting...
You were right. You were on the money there, though, I think.
Kind of, yeah. He was amazing. What's really weird when I watch all the Floyd on stuff now is because they filmed it on awful TV tape.
Yeah.
All the food, doesn't matter how glorious the food is, it always just looks beige. Everything.
Does.
Even if it's a bright red tomato soup, it just looks like a fucking carpet. Beige carpet.
I'll tell you, it's not very nice, is it?
It's not nice, no.
Shall we have another game?
Yeah.
Because you know what? I think it's probably time for... Ready, ladies and gentlemen? Someone told me the other day they've been humming this all day in their head, and I like that.
Brilliant.
Please, can you tell me who the fuck is that? Yeah.
It's good to talk.
Sponsored by BT. Thank you very much. Giving us lots of money.
It's good to talk.
It's good to talk. Yeah, Bob Hoskins' family very happy. We give them a little cut. It's all right.
The old Hoskins estate there getting a little cut.
I should mention this week there is a prize, which is a trip for two to...
Fuck you, no.
Shetland.
Shetland.
Very exciting. And here's an advert.
That's right, John. Watford's greatest secret, nestled in the valleys of Hertfordshire, Shetland, a collection of 63 unique bespoke chalets with one toilet servicing the entire block. You will be having the time of your life.
Don't mention the AIDS.
Okay, I won't.
Shetland there. So, Paul, you're up first. Paul Eugene Litchfield. Please, can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Okay. Oh God.
Again, I'm going to go to the comments just in case.
Yeah, of course. Is that supposed to be fucking? Oh God. I can't recall the name. Is it supposed to be fucking Superman's dad?
Yes, yes, it is. It's Marlon Brando. Well
Marlon
done,
Brando.
Paul.
Sorry, yeah, Marlon Brando.
Well done. Right, our friends in the comments. This is for you. Please, can you tell me who the fuck is this? Yeah.
Oh, that's so easy.
You reckon?
No.
Okay, let's see. Again, yeah, fuck off is that Brando. Yeah. Come on, lads, in the comments. I'm waiting for you here. Who is it? I bet one of you gets it because you're all clever guys. Right. It is not William Willard. It is not Eddie Large.
It's a clue in what you're supposed to be holding. Which I don't know what that is.
No.
It's like
Not
like
Clement Attlee.
it's like a tennis ball cocktail. My first thought was,
Yes!
no, what?
That is Les Dawson.
It is not Les Dawson. It's more like Danny DeVito. It's more like.
Paul, I'm sorry, but that is Les Dawson.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm so sorry. that is Les Dawson.
Okay, Paul Litchfield. Who
Yes,
the
sir.
fuck is this?
Oh my God! Does he genuinely think he's Robbie Williams?
Uh-uh.
Right, all right. Well, there's obviously the clue is in the old microphone,
Oh, yes.
so he thinks he's Frank Sinatra.
Someone's got it in the comments.
It
I'll
looks like
give you-
Matthew McFadden, really.
Not Matthew McFadden. I'll give you one more guess.
Is it Tori Amos?
It's not Tori Amos. It is Jack D.
Oh, okay. I can sort of see that weirdly.
I can't at all. It looks like John Leslie. Let's be honest. It looks like Abby Titmus, would you like to see my
I was,
penis?
fooled. I was fooled by the mic. I thought he was trying to be a crooner.
Sorry. He was being a hard-hitting, surreal comedian.
He was.
Our friends in the comments, please can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Who the fuck is this?
Who is that? Who is it? Who is that? As Gordon Ramsay would say, what's that?
What's
is
that?
I remember John Leslie's penis. We all do. Thank you for your service, John Leslie's penis.
John Leslie's penis, who died today.
Yeah, he's not Liza Minnelli. Good guess. Someone has got it.
really good guess.
Bloody hell, they've got it. Tariq, who shagged in Peter Duncan's potting shed, has the answer.
Shirley Bassey?
It's Demi Moore.
It's Demi Moore.
More. Demi's her name. Denny's her name.
Less.
Yes.
Of a husband's band.
Paul.
Yes, I shagged a journalist in the toilets when during
Hang on, who did you shag in the toilets?
a journalist who was there to in the Forum in North London when Bruce Willis's awful band were in London playing.
Wow.
That's my story.
When was this? In 1990?
It's like 19, a bit later, 96, 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Enemy? Well, she certainly was after I'd finished with her.
Yeah.
Paul, who is this? Who is that?
It's Mel Gibson.
It is! Bloody hell. I didn't think you get that quickly. Right. Ladies and gentlemen.
I like to think that's how Mel looked all the way through everything he's ever said. That is so
He's saying there, sugar tits.
exactly.
Right, lovely friends. Colleagues, Romans, gentlemen, who the fuck is this?
Oh my God!
It's not Dale Winton, but it's a good guess.
Dale Winton. Is this supposed to be a sports person, a footballer?
No. I should have said that. No, it's not Noel Gallagher. It's a good guess. This is kind of these are all actors.
Right. So this is an actor. He's supposed to
No,
be.
it's an actor.
Is he supposed to be Stanley Tucci?
No, it's not Eric Cantona. It's not Stanley Tucci. It's not Bez from the Happy Mondays.
Ross from Friends.
Pardon?
Is it Ross from Friends?
It bloody is. It is David Schwimmer.
Yes.
Who, of course, is a very good swimmer. He frequents swimming pools. And Paul, this is for you. Actually, no, this is for the general public.
Okay.
Our lovely friends. I'm not sure who this is. I mean, I
Right.
know he is. I know he is, but I don't know how
not
he's
sure.
him.
That's
I
just
mean, it's obvious, but when you look at it, you think, is
It's
it obvious? I mean,
yeah, it's obvious. It's Simon Cowell.
yeah, if you remove the glasses and the coat, are you looking at that and going, oh, yeah, that's him?
Yeah, if you remove all the salient facts that are presented to you, all known logic and all brain power, then yes, that looks exactly like
I mean, yeah,
Keanu
it's
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, but it's not, is it? Let's be honest.
No, it's basically
It's half of Peters and Lee. Yeah,
It's-
it is, exactly.
it's the costume that is actually the looky-likey here.
Yeah. Now, Paul, last one for you.
Oh yes. No, what?
Last one for you. Paul Euripides Litchfield.
Oh yes.
Who the fuck is this?
Who the fuck could this be? Oh my god!
I mean, someone's got it already. I mean, that's
So,
amazing.
like the 1830s or something. That's
I
amazing.
mean, it should be, shouldn't it?
This is a sort of picture where people wouldn't have pictures because they thought it stole their soul. You know, like, no, I'm not doing that. That's witchcraft. That is.
It reminds me of that great joke in Crocodile Dundee where the Aborigine says to that woman, "Nah, you can't take a picture of me." She says, "Why? You worried it'll steal your soul?" And he says, "Nah, you got the lens cap on."
it really does look like someone, but I
Do you wanna know
can't
who it is?
recall the name. It's a politician, isn't it?
No, it's again, it's an actor, but it's a comedy actor, and I'm going to tell you,
Go on.
it's Father Ted.
It's not Father Ted.
No, it's not, is it?
Really not Father Ted.
No, it's not.
It really looks like someone. Fuck, but not Father Ted.
Father Ted. It looked like
Might as well say
No, I'm
fucking
doing it now.
Super Ted. I mean,
Super Ted. Super Ted, of course, was a John Pertwee was in that.
fuck you.
There
Yes.
you go. That's who it looks like. John McDonnell.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, Edward.
that's what I was thinking. Thank you,
Yeah.
Edward.
Yeah.
Is there any more?
Gordon Ramsay before his facelift. Dan Leno. I think she means Jay Leno.
No,
so
she
just-
means Dan Leno.
Who's Dan Leno?
Dan Leno.
Oh, okay. I say she. Sorry, I know Donna. That's a horrible thing. That's like saying Cat's mother. Father Ted was my guess for Keanu. I mean,
job.
you might as well. The Keanu one was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But there you go. There's another exciting episode of.
Please can you tell me who the fuck is that? Yeah.
It's good to talk.
Still sponsored by BT, clearing in all that cash while you sit at home doing nothing. Yeah, the game show that is sweeping the nation. It's like Suggs' Friday Night Fever with,
Oh, well,
with Barry from EastEnders and Shane Ritchie.
Rich E.
Ritchie.
That's-
Not Shane Ritchie. Shane Rich in E numbers.
Say Rich E.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the wine. Jesus.
I've only got a little bit left.
All in that glass.
Montebane.
Riccardo Montebane.
Do you remember Ricardo Montalban used to do an advert where he'd go? Someone in the comments told me this. He'd do an advert where he'd go, delicious. I can't remember what the project was.
Pampers.
It was Pampers, of course. Because in Pampers adverts, they used to put water in nappies.
Yeah. He squeezes it into the glass and then goes,
Delicious.
delicious.
But someone please put me out of my misery because I've wanted to know this for a long time. 43 minutes in, the first bottle of wine finished. Yeah, but not quite finished because he's still got some in the old glass.
So I got some of the old Merlot there.
Merlot. George Wilde Galvin, better known by the stage name as Dan Leno, was the leader. Oh, Tim. Oh, Tim, you tinker.
No, hang on. I was really into that.
I'm not. It's not gone anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that's true.
I bet it's true. Tim's a man who's not to be disbelieved, apart from when he's talking about the Yorkshire for playing bass on Baker Street.
Yeah. Oh my God! I don't want any creases or bends in that, Mr.
No,
Rain.
it's going. You know what's funny about this is when it turned up in an envelope. You know the please do not bend. They crossed out not, so it says please do bend.
What?
Unless my kids did that. My kids might have done that.
Did they do that?
Yeah, the kids do that sort of thing.
That's a funny joke if they've done that.
I reckon they have. They're funny. They take after their old man, the milkman.
Oh yeah, I've just realised all your kids look like Ron Weasley.
They all look like Ron Weasley.
They all look like one massive Ron Weasley.
Who is our milkman after all? Why don't we do a little thing right?
Hang on. Let's get this bedded in. Who are the Weasleys? There's Ron.
There's Ron.
Ginny.
There's
Then there's
Ginny.
two other fuckers.
The twins who are called like Fred and Dredd.
Fred and George.
Fred and George.
Which one dies? Is it Fred or George?
The one who can't act, whichever one that is. Oh yeah, both of them.
One of them gets killed, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of the twins dies. One of them's married to. One of them is a werewolf, isn't he?
No, that's not the Weasleys.
It is.
No, that's one of the professors.
Oh yeah, well one of them looks after dragons. He's a Fred or something.
Oh yes. No, you're right. There's another Weasley.
He's played by Donald Gleason.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's 5 fucking Weasleys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They were bloody at it all day, those two.
well, Mum and Dad clearly fucking were, weren't they?
Julie Walters and Mark. You know what? When I first moved to Brighton,
Yes.
2004.
Not Brighton Worthing.
No, it was Brighton. I was walking down the road on the way. I was on lunch from work.
You've
And-
since scaled back.
Have I?
Well, you moved to Brighton and then
I was on lunch from work. Oh, you've gone to Worthing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You started off like la 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 Brighton, and now you're.
Well, I was working in Brighton, and I was on
People
lunch.
come to die here, Worthing.
Well, everyone moves to Worthing now. Brighton's too expensive.
Okay.
Anyway, let me tell my story before I forget it.
All right.
I've had enough wine to forget it. I was on lunch and I was walking around Brighton town centre. I saw a man, and it was Mark Williams from the Your Fast show,
Right.
but he had bright red hair. And it must have been when he was filming the Harry Potter films.
Ah, yeah.
Ah,
Now he does that Father Brown bollocks, doesn't he?
yeah, not sure about that.
Well, no, there's nothing to be not sure about. It's utter balls.
I've never watched it, I gotta be honest.
I've caught a couple in lockdown because help. So and my God. Again, it's another one of those ideas where you, a bit like Midsummer Murders, where you just go, there's just so much dreadful.
What is he? Is he a priest that solves murders?
Well, yeah, he does. Well, no, he doesn't. Yeah, no, he does solve them, but he often just gets involved and annoys the police officers who really want
He
to
actually
solve.
does the murders. That's the spin.
He does every murder. That's the
Oh.
thing.
That'd be a great thing. You know, like in Columbo, when you see the murder happen. Imagine if it got to the end and it's actually Columbo doing it. That'd be amazing.
There should be a reverse Columbo where Columbo kills someone and then he spends the entire episode convincing everyone he's innocent.
Like 12 Angry Men. Or he
Yeah.
spends the whole episode framing someone else.
Be great, wouldn't it?
Shatner. Tell you what, I did after I watched it.
Shatner's in it twice, I believe.
Here we go. Monteblan's delicious advert was Maxwell House.
Maxwell House.
Delicious.
Delicious. Really?
Mexico is near Trego Mills. No, it's not.
Oh, if only it was.
Dwayne, you've got a picture of Dwayne Hicks. I see what you've done there.
Get on down to Trago Mills. Let's
I
go
see-
found and
Look,
use some-
I see what Dwayne's done there. Look at the picture. Look at it. Look, Dwayne Hicks, Dwayne Hickman. That's clever.
clever.
Mm.
Well done, you.
Doctors has now been on for 20 years. Who actually watches it?
I'd imagine possibly around 1 million or so people normally, and now 3 million people.
There was an excellent episode. I didn't watch it, but the description
Joe
was great.
Pasquale
Joe
episode.
Pasquale one. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I saw clips of it. It was very funny.
Little known fact: John Mills' real name was Trago. No, it wasn't. John. Honestly, we spend the whole time every week batting back
Oh,
these
John, I tell you what,
salacious comments.
John, when this is all over, when this is all over, I'm going to take you to Trago Mills.
Oh wow!
Do you want to go to Trago Mills, Liscard, Falmouth, or Newton Abbot? Please say Newton Abbot because it's easier.
Paul, take me to the best one.
Well, I'm taking you to Trago Mills.
And you know what? I've got a car. I'll drive us there.
Fuck no, mate. We're on the train.
What?
Yeah, we're on the train.
We're getting
Every
drunk to go into Trago Mills.
That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to get hammered.
Right.
It's going to take about 2 and a bit hours. We're going to get to Trago Mills.
Right.
Absolutely hammered on the old fucking Foster's Amber Nectar. And then we're going to go to Trago Mills. You can buy German bird balls. You could buy a leotard. You can have a go on the swing. You can have a go on the death slide. You can have a pork pie. And then we're going to get back on that train and we're going to go home in abject silence.
How long does it take to get to Trago Mills?
From Paddington, Newton Abbot. Yeah, it's about two and a bit hours. What is Trago Mills? Trago Mills is a retail outlet that is in the style of a medieval castle.
I think we should drive there.
You would drive there?
It's going
to take ages.
Well, it's going to take ages on the train.
No, but on the train we can have a drink and have a laugh. I mean, basically what's going to happen is you're going to drive, I'm going to have a drink and have a laugh, but you're going to drive. You're going to get to Trago Mills and then wish that we crashed.
Okay, let's go to Trago Mills.
Oh, man, we're so going to Trago Mills.
Manuel, there is too much butter on those Trago Mills. This sounds like one of those.
Trago Mills.
Everyone keeps telling me it's Trago. This sounds like one of those when you're in the lab at school. You know, when you're learning French or whatever. You sit there with your headphones on. Manuel, there is too much butter on those Trago Mills. Manuel, isha hotatapata hatragamis. Manuel,
can I have that in Japanese?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'll get cancelled.
Okay.
You know what? There is probably 6 people out there wanting me cancelled, and I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to give them the fuel. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. Is the word.
Yeah.
I won't do that in a Japanese accent.
I will not be racist for your beck and call.
Someone will snip that out, put it on the internet without the context of me being racist, and will suggest that I'm being racist.
Exactly. It'll just be you on Newsnight on a loop for 45 minutes.
And I haven't even got a polo neck. I can't go on Newsnight with a polo neck and say, I'm sorry, I had a, at the time, it felt very funny. Oh, shit.
Oh, well done.
Thanks. I'm not going to do that.
Have I told you the co-op? This is genuine.
Yeah, you have, but I don't know if you told it on here or not. But I do want to hear it again.
If I haven't told it on here, then I do apologise. But basically, I went down to see my old school friend, my oldest mate in the world, and he lives in Eltham, which is a shithole. But it's where Kate Bush used to live. So it had that going for it. Anyway, they had a brand new co-op being opened, a big superstore, and they had massive signs running along the walls of co-op.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was home furnishings, and it was a picture of a mum and a daughter sat on the couch having fun, maybe playing a game or something. And then it just had bedding, and it had a picture of a man folding up a pillow throw or something, throwing it onto the bed, and it just had kitchenware. And I shit thee not, It had it, and this is a huge picture, like 30 foot by 10 foot, on the side of Co-op. This is about 10 years ago. It had a huge picture under kitchenware of a man, a white man, with a wok on his head, with 2 chopsticks for going, oh! For kitchenware.
Now,
It
what
was
might happen?
the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like, wow. It was almost like I had to slightly worship it. It was too, like, really? What are you doing? It was like an altar. It was just so well.
Can I just say, for context, Paul was giving an example of what a shop had done. He wasn't doing a
No.
insensitive impression.
I was telling you verbatim what I saw as an innocent bystander.
Don't go snipping that out and post it on YouTube saying that Paul Litchfield is a racist. He's not. I know some racists, and he is not a racist. Ken Holm would have hated that. He wouldn't be sponsoring this show if he thought Paul was a racist.
No. He would not be shelling out the yen if we were being racist towards O'Ken.
No,
you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
I feel I need to go take a shower after tonight's show. It's been very bad, hasn't it, Andy? Very bad.
Yeah, right. Well, no, I'll tell you what. Let's clean this up now. Let's clean up. Let's clean house. You suggest what you would like us to talk about. Something wholesome, gentle, family-orientated, and fun. Australians call bedclothes Manchester.
Manchester. I don't get it.
Well, it doesn't work when you say it in a Scottish accent. Manchester.
I said it in a Mancunian accent. Manchester.
That would be
Okay. Shall I get into Australian character?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. It takes me a minute.
You call that a wife? This is a wife.
Australians call bedclothes Manchester. Is that okay?
No, but
So I'll try again. Okay. Australians call bedclothes Manchester.
I think this is from the limited 2 years I've known you, John. This is the joy of you, is that you cannot do any impersonations or accents at all.
Australians? No, you're right. I can't. No. I do an all right Alec Guinness.
Oh, go on.
Okay, here we go.
V-Tide went to bed.
There's nothing you could have done, Luke. Had you have gone...
More.
I'm trying to think. Who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Use the force, Luke. Hold on, Luke. That's the only one I do.
Oh my God, that's appalling.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay.
More, please.
No. I've done now. No, I don't want to.
No, you're never.
I don't want to put it any more in the spotlight and have it shot down.
Oh man.
I can see that the critics are in. For my Alec Guinness impression.
It's the fact that they have a sharp. It's the fact that
For fuck's sake.
when you do it, it has a sharp intake of breath.
There's nothing you could have done, Luke. The droids would be in the hands of the Empire. It's a technique I learned from Peter Davidson, all right?
Ah, yes, the king of.
Yes, thank you. My Marlon Brando's good.
All right, well, no, come on, let's see your Brando.
Okay. They come here on the day of my daughter's wedding. I can't remember the last time you invited me around for coffee or cake. Get me another cat. This one's dead. Oh, it's a boy.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
You could do Brando. That's great. Surely you could do, because there are certain impressions verbatim that anyone can do. So anyone can do a Bruce Forsyth. You could do a Bruce Forsyth.
I don't know about that. I don't think I could.
No,
Mine's
everyone.
just like
No, it's
Good game. Yeah.
yeah. If you like things that come in pairs, take a look at these dead twins. You know, things like that. Anyone can do Elvis. Anyone can do an Elvis. You can do Elvis. Do Elvis now.
Thank you very much.
See, you can do Elvis.
Well, you're saying my Elvis impression is really good. Thank you.
Yeah. There are about 3 or 4 impressions that anyone in the world. There are tribes in the Amazonian jungle who can just go.
I'll tell you an Elvis fact.
Go on.
I meant to tell you this off air.
I got married to Elvis, but go on.
We were talking about Fury Road, right?
Yes.
One of the brides in that is Elvis's granddaughter.
No, which one?
Yeah, I think it's the pregnant one.
The Preggers one.
Oh.
She dies, doesn't she?
I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But yeah, one of them is Lisa Marie Presley's daughter.
In the film, she dies, and it's like.
Even Immortan Joe's like, oh my god.
Yeah, even he's not happy. And who plays Immortan Joe? Because he looks a bit like
It's Toe Cutter from Mad Max. I can't remember the actor's name. It's the same baddie from the first one.
Oh wow! Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
And they're not going to do another one, are they? Which is such a fucking shame.
They are.
Oh, hang on. So, John, I hear they're going to do another one, which is really fucking great thing.
That's great, isn't it?
Are they really going to do another one?
Well, George Miller's been in dispute. I won't bore everybody with this, but basically, George Miller and the studio have been in dispute over some money, but apparently it's settled now, and they're going to do another one.
Fuck, that'll be so nice.
This is a fact. Elvis loved Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Very true.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, he genuinely did.
Hugh Keys-Byrne. That is the actor who played Toe Cutter and Immortan Joe. Yes.
There you go. He's great.
How did I know what, Edward? What about Elvis's granddaughter? It was a thing at the time everyone was talking about. Yes, they're doing a Furiosa prequel. That's right.
A prequel?
Yes. But it's George Miller. You got to trust George Miller, haven't you, at this point?
No, that's true. No, do you know what? You're absolutely right. I will trust it completely. I'm not sure that, but I mean, surely it would have been. I love the way the Fury Road ended with Mad Max just sort of going in through the crowd. I'm done here.
Yeah.
No glory.
I love that he's not the main hero of the film, but when he does something really important.
Yeah, he's like a bit part in his own life, and that's what's so fucking great about that film.
And Tom Hardy's brilliant as Mad Max.
Yeah, he's fucking great in it. Yeah,
apart from the fact that his accent goes a bit weird sometimes.
Well,
sometimes he's American, sometimes he's not, and it's a bit strange. But I forgive him because he looks great.
He did a 2-hour film pretending he was Welsh, so that's fair.
Which one was that? Is that Locke?
Which I saw once and went, oh, this is like the ultimate monologue, man. This is amazing. Yeah. I saw it again and went, oh, this really gets on my nerves.
Elvis loves the meaning of life because Elvis is alive. No, he's not.
No, he's dead. He's so dead. So
Come on, back me up about this Elvis fact.
Hmm?
I'm asking the comments to back me up about Elvis.
What, loving Python?
No, about his granddaughter being in it, but never mind.
Oh, I see, yeah.
There's a horrendous accent. Edward's Welsh, so he knows about Welsh accents.
Oh, yeah. I told you, I don't know if I've said this before on this thing, but I know someone who used to go with Tom Hardy to AA, because he used to be, and he'd spend the whole time flexing his muscles and just flirting with everyone who would like to fuck him. He was asked to leave from the AA group because he was just putting people off.
Well, because they're dealing in roadside recovery, and he's trying to fuck everybody he's picking up to fix their car.
But I think this is about the time when he was doing like Bronson, so he wasn't like famous at all.
I mean, he was the best character in Grange Hill, though, let's be honest.
He was Mr. Bronson, very harsh character.
Very hard on Danny Kendall. I mean, when he was behaving that in the AA meetings, I said to him, you go to the RAC and do that, lad. See how long you last. And he thought I said the RSC. But no, I was talking about the RAC.
What am I to do?
I'm just talking shit now. How about we have
a bit of arts and culture?
A bit of arts and culture. Don't you need a wee, Paul?
Yeah, I think I probably need a wee.
Yeah.
If you're going to do some arts and culture, then as an actor, I'm out.
Okay, you go and have a wee. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul's going to nip out for a bit. Why don't you ask me some questions? I'm here. I'm here to take your questions on board. I'm glad Paul's gone because there's something I need to tell you all, everybody. Paul is it's his birthday. I don't know when, at some point, and I thought it'd be a really nice gesture if we all didn't talk about it. I think that'd be lovely. R.I.P. Denny Kendall. It still hurts. It's been 31 years, but it still hurts. Mr. Bronson was the best Imperial officer. Quite true. God, I look grey there. Sorry, everybody. Getting my haircut on Monday, though, so that's exciting. Right, here we go. Riley Keough is an American actress, model, and producer. She is the eldest grandchild of Elvis and Priscilla Presley. There you go. There you go. John, how many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth? I don't know. I'm not really a marshmallows guy. I don't like them. Sorry, I don't. When are you coming to see us, Trago Mills? No idea. What's your favourite on the buses? Are you talking film? TV show-wise, it's the one where they get a new toilet. Film is probably Mutiny. I like Mutiny a lot. It's funny. What's Gonch like? I've yet to meet him. I'd love to. Because he's called John Holmes. I can talk to him about Boogie Nights and stuff. What's your favourite Swords and Sandals film? Mine is Deathstalker. I quite like... I quite like the Sword and Sorcerer film. A couple of more questions, then I need to go for a wee. John, who was the first band you ever saw live? Mine was Rage Against the Machine. I went to see them in '93 with Tool and Wool at the Brixton Academy. Okay. What other thing makes you cry? It's Parenthood, the end of Parenthood. Favorite Blackadder? It's probably 2. So I got a big soft spot for 3. What are the other Sherbet lads up to these days? Do I know you, Katie? Are you Katie from the old days? I don't know. I don't speak to them. I mean, I speak to Dom occasionally, but I don't speak to the others at all. What are your thoughts on the Bond film being an old Bond? No, I don't like it. No. Don't fuck about with what's not broken. What's your favourite Kitchen Nightmares episode? It's Bonaparte. Bonaparte is the best one. Katie, is it you, Katie, from the old days? Please tell me. That'd be funny. The first band I ever saw was Crash Test Dummies. Is any Sherbet available online? Yes, it is. I'm afraid to admit. Right. Well, I'm going to depart now. But when we're talking about culture, I think it's important. Sorry. I think it's important that we consider culture. And I'm going to leave you for a moment to have a wee, but I'm going to leave you in the hands of a special guest. So please enjoy some culture.
I know what you're thinking. Where's he from? Rigel 9 or some dusty old moon on the saggy end of the neutral zone? Well, no, I'm from Kidderminster, actually. Born and bred for me sins. Oh, this is just a birthmark that got out of hand. Well, I like to think of it as well-heeled Romulan meets Bajoran chic, but that's just my opinion. I was born in 2342, planet Earth. I've got all the hallmarks of a solid Taurian, being May the 9th, but I'm very much on the air sign ascending. Me dentist did me chart while he's manoeuvring his way around a particularly stubborn molar. An upper D9, if I remember rightly. He does it as a sideline. Me childhood, well, that can be best described as strained. Mother was a drunk. Father made the mistake of gun smuggling. So before I was 6, he was whisked off to serve time on the Klingon prison planet of Rua Penti. He sends postcards occasionally. Up until a few weeks back, I should say. Sorry, I'm a bit pissed. Up until a few weeks back, I was head cleaner on Deep Space 4. Yes, I had my own team. It was a pretty dull place, really, but I always kept a phaser in me pinny if things got a little bit too hot to trot. Not that I've ever fired it, of course. Not even on stun. I just kept it on vibrate and used it to massage me feet. 13 years I've been a cleaner on Deep Space 4. I tell you something, it got to the point where I was smuggling bottles of bleach over the Romulan border. I had no choice, you see. Starfleet were very lax when it came to a feather duster. Oh, you really had to improvise. Especially when it was a bunch of Ferengi delegates from Omicron 12. Honestly, they can stain a carpet just by looking at it. Oh, nobody listened to me on DS4. Until they had to. Anyway, just under 2 months ago, I got transferred to the USS Enterprise. Very hush-hush. Quite the coup, I've been led to believe. They lost their chief sanitary officer during the Borg incursion. Poor lady got her face filled with cutlery and was assimilated quicker than you could say toilet duck, and then buggered off to the Borg cube to sing Resistance is Futile to all her days past. Poor thing. Mind you, that's nothing compared to poor old Jean-Luc Picard. He got the full makeover too. Ended up looking like some evil Henry Hoover. Luckily, Dr. Crusher patched him up. I do the night shift mainly, cleaning, the old graveyard shift. I clean B-deck to the main bridge. Now, before I even started, I stated quite categorically that I don't do engineering. It takes ages to get a decent buff on those dilithium crystals. Plus, I find the barrack room language of the engineering department a little hard to swallow. This is the coveted spot that I have, right here, yes. I started off working with a Bolian, but I soon scuppered the shift pattern so I could avoid him. Not that I'm racist, no, I speak as I find. But, I'd tell anyone who's listening that I personally find Councillor Diana Troy to be very needy. But no, it's just the Bolians, you see. It's not their fault, but they're bright blue. And quite frankly, they clash with the furniture and fittings on the main bridge. You see, it's all soft maroons and creams and beige, you see. You throw a Bolian into the mix and you've got a migraine before you can say warp factor 5. No, at the moment I work with a little Vulcan who won't say boo to a goose unless you start humming a tune. By the way, the main bridge, that's a dawdle, unless Commander Worf's pulling in a late one. I said to him the other week, listen, Mr. Worf, it may well be a good time to die, but perhaps you might consider it might be a good day to have a bloody wash. Honestly, he smells like a wet dog and scowls. My God, the scowls. Hang on, my blue tack's falling off. And scowls like a furious Cornish pasty whenever I wave a can of deodorant under his nose. He's threatened to kill me many times. I'm considering that to be a josh. Still, cleaning the main bridge does have its privileges, I get to throw me chamois leather round the captain's ready room. Sometimes I just sit in his seat. Sometimes it's still warm from where he's been sat sipping his Earl Grey tea and doing his captain's logs. Very comfortable, like a little nest. Oh, once he came in. Oh, yes. It was 0100 hours, and I was on my hands and knees under the table looking for telltale evidence of dust mites. He didn't see me down there, so I just kept mum. He sat at his table and sent a private communication off to some bigwig at Starfleet. I noticed he had an erection. Morning Pine Fresh. That's what I use when the captain's ready room is available. I do the rest of the ship in lemon mist, not that anyone notices. I tell you what, the acquisition of wealth may no longer be the driving force of Starfleet, but the acquisition of filth certainly is. It's a 24-hour job keeping the Enterprise gleaming. Several times, I've asked Mr. Riker to consider the idea, and I think this is a good one, of putting doormats next to the transporter. He's fobbed me off, saying it was a 444 hazard or something. Just like those idiots on Deep Space 4. Nobody cares about the little people until you make them. And I can tell you who I've had quite enough of, and that's young Mr. Bloody Wesley Crusher. I tell you what, this is a starship, not a bloody youth club. Plus, I've gone into the holodeck after he's been using it, and quite frankly, I draw the line at semen. I mean, it crusts up and it has to be chipped off. If he wants to do that sort of thing, he needs to let off steam in his own room. Anyhow, things came to a head last week when Mr. Data and Mr. LaForge came up with a novel way of beaming the dust and dirt directly off the ship. It's transported, apparently, via a quantum pulse into the nearest sun, where it can burn away harmlessly. Captain loved the idea, of course, so it looks like I'm out of a job. I mean, I'm too long in the tooth for a career change. Plus, and I'll tell you this now, I love cleaning. And sapping stains into outer space is nothing compared to the human touch. I made my feelings clear. Councillor Troy, she was sat there. She said, I can sense great anger. I told her to fuck off. Anyway, decisions were made, and I've become obsolete, like an out-of-date bottle of lime scale. So, I took matters into my own hands. I decoded the poison sac of a Klingon bone worm and fed the DNA sequence into all the replicators on the ship. Now, every meal or drink was laced with a very tiny dose of the poison. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they had it. It wasn't noticed at first, of course, but a few days later, Mr. Riker shat himself on an away mission. And Wesley Crusher vomited all over the bar in 10 forward. Then it spread through the crew like wildfire, everyone begging for their own personal toilet. 600 crew members with the Tommy Squits. Apparently, they had to hose down the captain's ready room. I do feel bad about that. All except for Mr. Data, of course. He's a robot, you see, wasn't affected. He's the one that caught me, the jammy dodger. So, here I am, in the brig. I've been here for 2 days. It's nice and quiet here. Time to reflect, I suppose. I'm happy, in me way. Although I've noticed that the ceiling needs a bloody good scrub.
Well, that was good. That was good, wasn't it?
That was good!
That was bloody good.
That was my costume.
And I think round of applause for that, everybody. That was amazing.
I think best not to write it in 10 minutes. Best not to perform it drunk.
I don't know. That was bloody amazing.
But apart from that, BAFTA.
Oh, BAFTA. I'd absolutely slightly annoyed that Paul's Yorkshire accent is better than mine, and I'm from Yorkshire.
Oh, really? Fuck.
That was absolutely brilliant. You know what? I'll let you into a secret, ladies and gentlemen.
All that to put that on.
Oh, you didn't even show it.
Did I not? I thought I was.
No.
I had the script up, so I couldn't see the camera.
That was amazing. I'll let you into a secret. I didn't really go for a wee. I sat back and I watched that, and I am writing to BAFTA right now and saying, award this man
BAFTA.
a BAFTA. Ooh.
for a bath. This was the piece of Blue Tack that helped me stop smoking. And then obviously I started smoking again.
I was going to say you've been smoking, haven't you?
Yeah. I quit for over a year, and it was this that helped me. I used to just use it as a stress ball to keep my fingers busy.
I know it's helped you be an alien.
And that's helped me stop. It's helped me be an alien.
Mm.
And then one day I lost it, and then I started smoking immediately. So that's shit.
It is shit when you start smoking again. I went through a period of smoking again about a year ago. And that was bad.
Yeah,
Very bad.
I've known you since you've been a smoker, a non-smoker, a vapor, and then an occasional smoker.
Yeah, that's me. The last 2 years. Basically, my willpower is terrible. And
I've got zero. I've got zero willpower.
Yes. I went when I first started doing Smashpod in London. The person I did it with, Mark, was a smoker, and we'd go to the pub and then we'd drink a lot, and then we'd go outside while he smoked, and it was just like, "Oh, I'll have one," and then before you know it, you're having loads.
Yeah. Is that
because I used to smoke?
Started? Is that the origin? You and Mark?
Yeah. I was doing it on my own, and then Joel, Morris, and Mark got in touch and said they wanted to set up Great Big Owl, and I went and met them in London, and then
and the rest, as they say, is
the
another
rest
story.
Yeah, and now I do it at home.
Well, maybe not. Do you reckon next month, maybe?
Oh, I don't know.
We could start meeting to do these things?
I don't know. Maybe. Is London safe? Is it safe?
London apparently is extremely safe. We're all getting on with it here.
I don't know. The tube, though.
Yeah. The tube. Well, the tube's never been nice ever, and now but weirdly, it is obviously now utterly silently quiet. So weirdly,
when GBO opens again, maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I do. The funny thing is that for years, I didn't like London very much because I spent a lot of time as a teenager there, and I didn't like it. And then I thought, I don't like it there. And the last couple of years, I've really, through doing the podcast and hanging around with people who know London very well, like you and Joel and Mark and everybody, and being whisked around London a lot. Through the lockdown, I just kept thinking, I bloody miss it. I miss going up there.
It's a fabulous town.
Well, it's like an adventure because I live down by the sea, and then going up there, particularly if I stay over somewhere, it's just nice to sort of have a
but this is a
little holiday.
Really good example of wanting what the other person wants, because I grew up by the sea myself. So what I really desperately want is for the last 3 or 4 months is to be by the fucking sea. A bit of.
Well, we're clear as a bell here. You come down to Worthing, you'll be all right.
Can I come to Worthing?
Come down to Worthing one day.
Where are you going to put me? In the fucking garage?
I'll put you in the spare room or something.
Got a spare room, have you?
Oh yeah. Be all right.
He-Man sheets, is it single bed?
Oh yeah. Got 2 kids running around, but it'll be all right.
I hate kids.
I assume everyone here has heard Paul's Secret Diaries of Alan Bennett. Yes, can we point that out, please? Is that Paul did a podcast called The Secret Diaries of Alan Bennett, and it is fucking brilliantly funny.
Well, there's a second series has been written, and I just need to meet the person physically to record it. So that's all been done. It's all done. It was done about 2 months ago. So the second series is done.
It was so good, though.
I just need to fucking meet the person because he's a proper recording artiste. He's the guy who, after I did my recording with him, had to jet off to Las Vegas to do the sound engineering for Robbie Williams.
It was Dynamo, wasn't it? It was Dynamo.
Who's doing residency. Yeah, he was Dynamo. Anyway, so he's really good. So second series is written and done. And Sarah P, that's the most beautiful piece of thing I've ever read. I live in London and I miss it. Fuck me, that is so prevalent. I also do. I mean, all my best friends, or some of my best friends, are now meeting, and I'm still, yeah.
But what I'd like to do with this is that when lockdown is finished, and say if there's a vaccine or something, and
Orgy!
everybody, no, well, yeah, that. But wouldn't it be great to do this live somewhere?
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah.
But the trouble is, we only get like 50 odd people watching.
We
So
can
it
fill a
wouldn't be-
50-seater.
Yeah, but they are not all of you in London, are they? Well, some of you are in fucking Florida. Some of you are in
Well,
I mean,
they'll have to fucking make an effort.
wherever Tim is. Fuck, Tim Coleman's in like fucking Devon somewhere, isn't he?
Cuckoo.
They say that story for sale baby shoes never worn is really sad. But what if they lost the receipt and the shop wouldn't give them the credit, had gone bust? Selling is their only real option. It's just a good. Yeah.
That's like watchdog advice. I like that.
Simon McCorkindale was in The Sword and the Sorcerer and The Best Jaws. Was he in The Sword and the Sorcerer? He's in Jaws 3, yes, but I don't remember him being in Sword and the Sorcerer. Sword and the Sorcerer is the one where he has the sword with many blades and he fires them out like a gun.
Is Sword and the Sorcerer the one that begins with the evil necromancer's temple and all the faces come alive in that?
Pretty sure it is, yeah.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me when I was a young boy.
I'd offer the auditorium for 250 people at my museum, but it's in Daytona Beach. And isn't Daytona Beach near Florida, which is currently the epicenter of coronavirus? So.
Andy, can you pay us to come to Daytona Beach?
Can you get one of the Trumps to pay us in a gold jet to go
when
there?
when all the dead have been thrown into the sea and you get a natural breakwater?
Fantastic, Mr. Ox. Stop going on about that London. What's wrong with Little Smallton? You're an Oxford bloke, aren't you, Mr. Ox? I think I saw you on. I thought I saw you on Facebook today talking about Oxford United. You're very excited about them.
I love the fact that there's somewhere called Little Smallton.
It sounds like something from Two Ronnies, doesn't it?
Sounds like something, yeah.
Remember the Two Ronnies piss take of Indiana Jones, where he was called Little Hampton Jones?
Little Hampton Jones.
It was Ronnie Corbett.
Carry On, where there's lower denture and upper denture.
That Sword in the Stone. What is, Sarah? Be specific.
Yeah.
How about hiring a Zeppelin? Pay for it, we'll do it.
Zorin Industries could do that for us.
I've got a Zorin Industries cup. Fact fans.
I recently did an episode of Always There, which is Julia Rayside's rather brilliant
Howard's Way.
episode by episode.
I've done 2 episodes, fact fans.
Yeah, I did my second. And the old professor, the Nazi professor helping Zorin, is in Howard's Way.
He is. Yes.
He's Sir Charles, Sir Edward someone.
I think he was in the episode I did as well. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's great. I'm not saying my mum's deaf. Well, that's what she thinks.
Well, do you know what? Was it 12:37? I think maybe at 12:45 we could probably do another super match because I know that's what the real reason.
I mean 10:45.
Sorry, 10. What did I say? 7:45.
You said 12.
Oh, 12:45.
I love that Howard's Way podcast. Thanks, Katie. Katie, are you the Katie I used to hang around with in the 90s?
I hope so.
No,
Are you Lisa Churchwood, who I first ever snogged when
Well,
I was
she asked about my band Sherbet that was in the 90s, and I want to know how she knows this, and if she is the Katie I knew in the 90s. So,
Were you bass player in Sherbet?
no, I was a singer.
You're the main boy.
Mm.
Wow.
This was 1995, 96.
What did you do? Covers of Suede albums, I presume.
No, we did our own songs that were all about I'm a chimney sweeping Cockney gangster. No, I wrote this great song called Suburbia, which is a good song.
You were the menswear of your time.
Yeah, except we wrote our own songs.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Menswear were like the kind of take that of Britpop, weren't they?
When I was at drama school, our head drama teacher was called Keith Yon. So we always, with Suede songs, would go, Keith Yon, you're taking me over.
Ah, yeah, the Drowners.
Very entertaining for us.
Keith Yon. Yeah, I get it.
Keith
Paul,
Yon.
Little Small Town was from Bad Musical. I don't know what that means.
Fuck. Thank you, fantastic Mr. Ox. Maybe it was.
No,
Maybe Little Smallton. Yeah, I mean, it's been 6-7 years since we did Bad Musical, so I ain't got a fucking clue what I did. Yeah, no, yes.
Wogan's wanting weigh-ins. Julia Ray style is just lovely. Yeah, she is.
Yes, she's brilliant.
Lovely. Yeah.
I love her lots.
Katie is my wife. What happened in the 90s, John? Oh, okay, maybe not. Then how does she know about sherbet? Ask her that, Mr. Ox.
Is there video evidence of sherbet live on stage?
There was.
YMCA Worthing.
There was. We did a gig once at the Square in Harlow, which I don't know if it's still there now. But they used to film all their gigs and then fleece the bands by saying, 20 quid. But we did pay for it. We did get one. And then we filmed it also at college.
Right.
When I was at college, I was doing media production, so we filmed a gig there.
Wow.
I don't know what's happened to all those tapes because that was ages ago.
That's-
Mr. Ox, ask your wife why is she knowing so much about band. But now we should do super match games, shouldn't we?
We should probably do another super match game.
Before we run out of time, because you know what we like, we gab on. So let's
We
have
do.
a bit of, and remember to support your local bands. Weeds album is out now.
Avast thee, mine hearties. It's good old HMS Wogan sailing towards the island that is known as Supermatch. Little bit like Jurassic Park. It should never have been opened. Chaos was involved. Now, who wants...
Can I be John Hammond?
You could be John Hammond.
Okay.
So, John Hammond, steady on now. We haven't even got our first contestant, and you're already deciding who you are. Now, if you want to play the old super match game, you need to say, fucking hell, Wogan's
Wogan's Wobbly Welly.
Wogan's Wobbly Welly.
And this is what you're playing for, ladies and gentlemen. Taken from the dying hands of Mark Weston before he died of AIDS.
Prized,
blank checkbook and pen.
prized from the casket of Mark Weston before they burnt him until he burnt and burnt and burnt.
Diane Telford. Wigan.
Diane!
Wobbly and Welly. I'll let you have that.
Ah, that'll fucking do.
Hmm.
Now, Diane, well done. Because you are about to play the old super match game. Now, listen. This one, a kid could do it. Are you ready? Let's now reveal. Ah, yes. Let's reveal the legend. It's very simple. Garden
Blank.
blank. Now have a little think. Fum, 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 ba-dum, fum. What say you, John?
Well, as you know, I am. Who am I again?
I can't remember. I'm too pissed.
No, I can't remember either. I will. Oh, fucking hell, this is appalling. Well, as you know, I am a big fan of gardens.
Right.
So I would say that
You love the old garden centre, don't you? You like to sit down in the garden centre. You don't ever make a purchase, I've noticed. You just like to look at the old koi carp.
I would say garden party, Terry, because I love a party.
Garden party. And also, I hope you don't mind that, John, but you also revealed another answer there by saying garden centre. So well done there. Garden centre and party. And I tell you what Old Tell's going to go for, because people are screaming it beyond the old echelons, is garden gnome.
Well, Diane's gone for garden periphery.
Garden periphery. I tell you what, that's a bloody good answer. But let's see what the populace thought. Bear in mind, they're under lockdown. Some of them got a locked jaw. Here we go. For 50 blanks, it was garden. Yeah. To be honest, you'll be kicking yourself. Garden chef.
Garden chef.
You know, when you have
Have a barbecue.
when you have a cook in your garden, he's known as the old garden chef. But I tell you what, Diane, garden periphery is sounding good to Old Tell.
Could you also remind me in the comments who I'm supposed to be? I've forgotten.
John Wayne. Fuck it. Now, here we go for 100 effing and jeffing blanks. It is, of course, garden. Yeah. Very do you know what? This is quite prevalent in the times we're living in. Garden insurance.
I'm sure it's very important.
When you need to insure your garden because of the old COVID. Well, I tell you what, Diane, don't give up hope, because I think you might do this now. Garden periphery. It trips off the old tongue, doesn't it? But I tell you what, let's find out what the top answer was for 150 blanks. This is wonderful. I tell you what, you haven't done it, Diane, but it was, of course, garden race.
Race, of course.
Garden race.
Yeah.
When you decide to race through the old garden. So no one, of course, has won the old.
Unlucky, Diane. And it wasn't an answer I saw flash up, which made me laugh slightly, is garden tits. Wasn't garden tits.
Garden tits would have been a 25 blank.
Yeah,
answer.
25. Garden Graham, no. Diane Telford says, of course.
Wogan had garden embarrassment. That's his answer. But you know, I'm not in charge of the old super match. That's up to Eugene and the upper echelons of the BBC. Anyway, Wogan's got to go now. He's going to be playing a little game of Battleships of Ronnie C. That's Corbett to you and I. Tell you what, he's got a rather small tugboat.
Grumbleweeds, please support your young independent artists.
Young independent artists.
Young independent artists. The Grumbleweeds, they need your money.
Here's my question, John. Have you booked a haircut?
Yep, Monday.
You're booked in.
I'm booked in Monday morning. Monday morning, you sure look fine. There's some Fleetwood Mac for you there. What about you? You booked in? Apart from being the Michael Benteen impersonator of your area, are you booked in for a haircut?
No, but there are 4 barbers on my street, so I think
you'll be all right.
I think I'll be okay.
I think you'll be all right.
So I think I might be all right.
Should I tell you a funny story? I need a jingle for this. John's funny stories. On Father's Day on Twitter, and if you're watching the person who did this, please forgive me, but it is funny. On Father's Day on Twitter, I tweeted Happy Father's Day to my dad, and it was a picture of Timothy Dalton as he is now.
Right.
And then someone DM'd me and said, this was like a day later. I feel bad for saying this, and if you're watching, I'm sorry, but it was funny. They DM'd me a day later and said, sorry, I'm a big fan of your dad. Would you mind putting me in touch with him? I'd like to have him on my podcast. And I thought, I mean, I had to say it politely, I was just joking. He's not really my dad. But I thought, imagine if you knew somebody like me who runs a James Bond podcast and who has said for many years that Timothy Dalton's my favorite Bond. Do you think I might have had, if he was my dad, do you think I might have had him on once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have happened, wouldn't it?
It just made me laugh that people follow me on Twitter, but they don't really realize that I'm so full of shit when I tweet stuff.
I've had genuine messages sent to my other Twitter account, which is Secret Alan Bennett, just to promote. Talking about Talking Heads, and I go,
"Oh God,
you must know this is." I always go, "You must know this is a spoof account." And they go, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's the sort of thing you'd say." And I'm like, "No, it's really. I must stress this. Really, this is tantamount to anything. This is a spoof account. It is just because I like pretending to be Alan Bennett and talking bollocks." And some people are still going, "Yeah." And so a lot of people are going, "Why don't you have so many followers?" And they go, "That's because it's a fucking spoof account." Also, I only follow fucking one person. on the Alan Bennett.
Didn't the real Alan Bennett? Oh yes. Who do you follow? Remind me again.
It's I can't remember now. It's a big rapper.
It's a rapper, isn't it?
It's
Who is
Drake
it?
or something like that.
Yeah, it's Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only person that Alan Bennett follows.
When my friend Jason and I used to run the Corbyn Jokes account, where we'd tweet jokes in the style of Jeremy Corbyn,
Yeah,
when it went viral during that period where parody accounts were kind of getting mentioned in papers and stuff. It went viral for about 2 months,
yeah.
and everybody kept because I made sure that the only account that account followed was Sarah Green because I fancied Sarah Green. I thought it was really funny that Corbyn followed Sarah Green. So we used to get comments all the time saying, "Why are you following Sarah Green?" I was like, "It's because I fancy her." Or
Yeah.
I did when I was a child. Child? That sounds even worse. Yeah, in terms of my haircut, someone did offer to do it for me. Who was it? Someone mentioned in here.
What?
Yes.
What do you wear?
Yeah, who was it? Where is it? I've lost the comment because this thing. Yeah, it was Sarah. Sarah offered to cut my hair, and I offered her 20 quid to do it, but she can't do it. So
Oh,
Sorry.
A certain S. Todd has said he'd like to cut my hair.
and he said, "Come round and you'll have a pie." I don't know what that means.
I love the way when that film came out, all the trailers did one thing. Never, ever.
Do not
made
mention it's a musical.
It is a musical. It's amazing. You thought, oh, what a gothic standard horror that our
Tim
director is
Burton,
doing.
the master of darkness.
Yeah.
Mm.
And never alluding to the fact that they were going to sing all the way through.
All the fucking way through.
I thought it was actually very good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was
Happy
really good.
35th anniversary to Back to the Future. Yeah, I watched 2 the other day with my children, and they liked it very much. I've not shown the first one yet because it's mildly incesty. It's a bit weird to explain.
I like Back to the Future, and I couldn't give a fuck about 2 or 3.
I agree with you. I like 2 and 3, but when you watch the first one in isolation, you think. I mean, when you watch it years later through the prism of sequelitis and everything, you just think there's a film that didn't need a sequel.
I just couldn't give a fuck about the other 2.
Yeah.
I really.
I mean, they're fun, but when you watch the first one, it's such a different film because when you take Crispin Glover and George McFly out of it, it's not as good, is it?
No.
People say, I mean, I've seen lots of interviews with Thomas Wilson and everybody who say, Crispin Glover was a dick, he was weird and everything. It's like, yeah, he gives so much in that film, and without him, it's lacking. It really is.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. In Back to the Future, he travels in time, but if he does that and stays in the same place, surely the Earth has moved and he would materialize in space. Oh, Tim, stop ruining everything.
Stop.
My
fucking
wife
up.
found Back to the Future too
Tim.
confusing. That's because she was hanging around with Sherbert in the mid-90s
Yeah, and that's also,
taking mind-bending drugs with all of us.
and that's also because Back to the Future fucking 2 is genuinely confusing.
For Your Eyes Only was on ITV4 this week. Thank you both for one of the especially Butterworth as the priest. That was very good, that bit. I really liked that bit because I knew I had to get Butterworth in there somewhere. And I got it in early on, and you ran with it and made it very funny. Yes, Crispin Glover's dad is Bruce Glover, who is Mr. Wint or Kid, I can never remember which, from Diamonds Are Forever.
Mr. Wint.
Mr. Wint. Crispin Glover made a great Joker. Yes, he would. And he would bleed barely any makeup.
People have been talking about this for years about Glover being the Joker. Sadly never to be. Weirdly, the best Joker ever vocally is actually Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill.
I'll tell you what, though.
The best Joker there's ever been.
I was watching Fury Road the other day,
Yeah.
as you were, and you know Nicholas Holt's buddy in the Chrome Weirdo guys, the bald guy,
Right.
the guy who steals Max's car, and at the end Max says, "That's my car," and he dies under the truck wheels, and he shouts Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah.
He's got this incredibly fucked up smile, and I was watching that thinking he'd make a good Joker. He's in X-Men First Class as Stryker, or Days of Future Past as Stryker, one of the two. Someone will tell me in the comments because they all know everything. But he's got a great smile.
Oh.
I now do virtually all activities: the ironing, showering, driving, and with Runaway from Your 4 Hours Only playing.
Oh. You lucky
No,
man.
no, 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 no.
Wow. Fuck me, that's a
I,
beautiful.
I think you opened a lot of people's eyes, and I thank you for that.
I think it's the best Bond soundtrack ever.
Driving the Country is still my ringtone.
Yeah, I know, and you said that, Dwayne, and that's amazing.
Sorry, Sarah, no, you've missed the boat. I'm getting a cut on Monday. Crispin Glover
hey,
and Trego Mills with
what's
the least.
What's the name of your hairdressers that you're getting your haircut in?
Broadway Barbers.
Broadway Barbers.
My hair barber man.
Ask for Miguel.
He is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's great, but he has a habit. He's really into random, obscure indie bands. So he'll say to me, "Have you heard of?"
What do you think about Gene?
It'd be like, what do you think of Skiolando Mathis? And you're like, don't know. I saw him at the Concord in Brighton. They were great. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you heard of the acoustic version of Zig Zig Sputniks? No, I haven't. No.
Just making sure everyone here is planning to hit the pubs tomorrow at 6 a.m.
No, I'm not going anywhere near them.
I won't be getting up at 6 a.m. See, you made me yawn.
He's having a
work all day.
Yeah,
see, your hair barber man do cutting and ting.
John, that's great. I've not been doing that.
Yeah, I've been at work all day today.
Yeah.
Usually I have Fridays homeschooling with the kids, but I'm usually finished by 2 or 3. But today I've been at bloody work all day.
Bloody work all day. Clocking in and clocking out of life, eh?
Cocking in and cocking out.
Yeah.
We're finished in 4 minutes. So get your questions in before we go. Barber make John hair less. That's right. This time next week, I will stop playing around with this shit. I'll have shorter hair, hopefully. Pished and yawning. Yeah. Not that pished, though. I'll tell you what, last week when we did this with Dan, I was absolutely fucking hammered. I'm not right now.
Right. Was that to the detriment of the fragile JP framework that is the show?
It might have been.
Did you let us down? Because I did watch for a bit, but I didn't watch for the whole thing.
I mean, everybody in the comments will have to let us know. But I thought I was a professional to the end.
Did you let me down?
John, I don't think so. Dan definitely didn't. I might have done.
Did you bring this show into disrepute?
We've had more viewers this week, so maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows?
It was the Fosters. It might have been.
What are you going to do just after this finishes?
I might go to bed.
You're going to go straight to bed?
Might do.
Straight to bed?
It was a fucking shambles.
Well, yes, of course. But are you going to make a beeline for bed, John? Or are you going to...
Well, my original plan this evening was to finish watching this and then watch at least 2 episodes of a Doctor Who episode we were recording tomorrow.
Yes,
but we're not doing that.
Not doing that now. So
no, I'll lift the veil for a moment. The third person in our podcast is Mr. Tom Highfalutin Noonan. He's Highfalutin. He's head writer and producer on Nish Kumar.
He's a crazy sheriff, and you don't know the rules.
He
may be firing blanks on Edge Hill. Anyway, he can't do tomorrow, so we all went, oh, for fuck's sake.
No, he's doing this Nish Kumar Hello America thing.
Yeah, he's busy making money and doing shit.
Listen, he likes American things now.
Well, that's so fair enough.
Yeah.
So we're not doing...
Yeah, we're off tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I got a day off. I've had a day off for 3-4 months. This is shit.
But we did have the occasional Saturday we went and talked about Doctor Who for about 4 hours.
We did, and that was lovely.
Yeah, that was good. But now, tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might write some more of this book.
You need to write more of your book. Do you have a title for your book, or can you not reveal it?
No, it's called Get to the Chopper. Not in a Sir James voice.
Oh, it's a perfect. Get to the chopper.
but I've been getting back into writing it for the last week. So,
And this is all based on action movies.
Mhm.
Can I be in the forward again in some respect?
I'd love you to be in the forwards.
Just
Okay.
because you could even say in the forward, and just because he fucking asked. Yeah.
Any chance of getting Dan Mersh as a special guest? Probably not. He's probably too busy.
No,
isn't he?
Dan's very shy on.
He doesn't like me.
Oh, does he not? I don't know.
Well, no, because I've met him once. He came
He's
to the
not.
Mr. Jolly show I did at Screen in the Green.
Oh, did he?
Yes, and I said hello to the both of you, but he didn't
was
say
he
hello
a shit?
to me. He
Oh,
wasn't
really?
a shit. He
No.
just didn't say hello. And then I followed him on Twitter, and he's retweeted me a few times, but he's never followed. So I think he doesn't like me.
No, I genuinely, because I've known Dan for years, I don't think that's intentional at all. He's just a bit of a dick. It's not his fault. He's lovely. He's lovely as fuck. He just,
But he came to that Jolly show, so that was nice.
yeah, and that was brilliant as well. That
That was great. We sold out the Screen on the Green, Paul. That was amazing.
Yeah, I know. That was so
It was
good.
one of the greatest achievements of my life.
Well, you were rather good in it.
I was
You know,
very
rather
drunk.
good.
I was very drunk because every man had the policy that if you were doing a show for them, every time your hand was empty, they put a bottle of beer in your hand.
I know.
I don't necessarily think was the best idea, but it was fun.
That's why we should always do shows there.
Wow, that's finished now.
Well,
Because
it might happen again.
no, not every man, but somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere else or something.
Somewhere else.
Or in a live venue. I think this could happen.
Well, we'll find live venues. We've got Smurshers out there who will sort out places for us to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's probably time for us to go. How did you get
Yeah.
Sandeep on Smash? I asked him.
Oh, there you go.
We followed each other on Twitter for a while, and I messaged him and said, "Do you want to come on?" And he said, "I'd love to," and he did.
What did he do?
Moonraker.
Okay, I need to catch up.
But he spent most of the time talking about episodes of reality shows that he loved. And so he mentioned an episode today, which is well worth watching, where Anthea Redfern from Generation Game
Right.
was talking about how she was a victim of home invasion and about how her and her husband were tied up and the burglars had threatened to shoot her husband's feet off. And she was getting through the story about this horrible home invasion, and Pat Sharp touches her on the arm and says, "I'm sorry, Anthea, I didn't get any potatoes." And he told me that, and I thought that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And he said, "I've been looking for this for years and I can't find it." And because Smash Pod listeners are the best people in the fucking world, I said to him on the show, someone will find that, and they fucking did. They found it, and he tweeted it, and it's the funniest thing because when when you watch it, the whole time she's talking about this horrible home invasion, you can see Pat Sharp next to her, looking at her plate, thinking, "She's got potatoes, and I didn't get any."
I didn't get any.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, so go to Sanji's Twitter, and he's posted the clip of that. That clip is amazing. But I basically just asked him how I get everybody on the Smash Pod, including Paul, including everybody, is that I go to them and say, "Would you like to come on to? Please retweet it." I did earlier today, so look at my timeline.
I know, and also, I mean, everyone missed. We were going to do a big live fucking James Bond theme thing as well, weren't we?
Oh God, I'll let you into a secret again.
Which got cancelled because of this.
We were
We
doing
were
a
going to
gig.
host an entire evening where loads of people who were on Smirshpod and other comedians. I was going to host it. John was
Paul
going
was
to
going
play.
to empty it. Yeah,
We were going to fucking do all the James Bond themes
yeah.
live in London in a massive fucking swanky venue
In King's Place,
in King's Place, and
the
that
big
got
room at King's Place. Yeah.
fuck. But that
It will happen again.
when everything is better.
We had an awesome band as well.
Yeah, fuck.
We had me on bass, we had Joel Morris on guitar, Dave Cribb on keyboards,
I know.
and
It's gonna be so good.
David Reed on drums, and
David
you
on
emceeing the whole thing.
emceeing, I was going to do All Time High.
All
Oh
Time
man,
And we had people DMing us saying, "I want to sing this, I want to sing that," and then
It's going to be so good.
coronavirus.
So we will do it when we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, King's Place. I did a Smash Pod there in one of the smaller rooms with Al Murray. We did the Great Escape there,
Oh, lovely.
which is great. And Sanjeev suggested Moonfinger.
Yeah, Moon.
He was great. He's great.
Mile.
He's lots and lots of fun. And yes, he was Synthesizer Patel.
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry. Sorry, Anthea. Yeah, sorry, Anthea. You think he's going to say sorry, Anthea? That sounds horrible. But he says, I didn't get any potatoes, and it's fucking amazing. I'll retweet it again if no one's seen it. And yes, Sanjeev is still game. And also, he got a spin off from that, didn't he? About fags, mags, and booze.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's time for us to say goodnight because we've gone 5 minutes over.
Yeah, I think it is.
But again, as usual, thank you all so much for tuning in. It wouldn't be the same without you, literally.
Well, no, we'd be doing this to no one, so that would be weird.
I mean, what? We've been doing this for like 8 weeks now. 2 months.
Is it 2 months?
I think it is. Well, apart from last week where you weren't here, but yeah. I mean,
long may it continue if people still want to see it.
We've had, I don't want to be all blowing my own trumpet, Prince removing a rib. But this week we've had more we've had more viewers than usual. So
that's lovely. Well, thank you everyone who's watching, and thank you so much for watching because we're just doing this because it's something to do,
and we love it. And also, I should say,
you love it as well. Yeah. Look, why is it just me? John, you've gone.
Sorry, my computer went mental. I should say,
he might be coming back.
Paul, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
Thank you to Paul for doing your Talking Heads thing. That was lots of fun.
Well, well, you're welcome.
You bitch.
Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. That was really good fun.
Have words.
And we're going to go. But until next week,
keep
on. Keep on.
JPing.
That's good. That's good.
Keep on JPing.
And we'll see you then.